And then we get to 11 and 12. I can clearly look at meditation and prayer as a powerful technique for letting go. I am now trying to get even closer to the power and direction as to how I should live my life. If you look at the wording in the 11th step itself, what does it say? Praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry it out. It never says, take your plan to Him and ask Him to help you get it. Now, maybe that would work. I'm not going to say that that wouldn't work. And you may get great results from that working. But if you allowed Him to choose the plan, you would be happier. Who can think up the best plan for you? You or God? So even if you got just what you asked for, you would still be way short of where you'd be if you asked God to figure out what would be best for you. So I don't dispute that God can help people obtain their goals. I would suggest, this is just my own perspective, that you'd be even happier allowing Him to figure out what would be best for you. Just my take on it. So I don't have no quarrel with the idea that you could pray for this and it would happen, and pray for this and that would happen. And I think that's wonderful. I just think there's another level of happiness and another level of less willfulness in even thinking up what would be best for me. These are just my own thoughts. And then we get to the jackpot of letting go, which is a spiritual awakening. This is what we've been trying to accomplish the whole time. In other words, in order to move from self-centered to God-centered, then I have to let go of the whole ball of wax. And from that view, I mean, if you just, every time I think back on the astronomers when they were observing the motions of everything and just going crazy trying to make it come out right with the earth as the center. And then when they said, no, it's really the sun, and then they went, yeah, wow, now that I check Venus, look at this. Well, that worked. Okay, let's check Pluto. Holy cow, it works for Pluto. Holy cow, it works for this. It worked. It works for the whole thing. The whole thing makes sense. So every problem that I was trying to figure out will be revealed in an awakening. And awakenings are a relative term. I think of it as allowing light to come in. And at first, there's just a little tiny crack of light coming through a black window, which is me seeing my first glimpse of a different world other than mine. Mine was the black world that I assembled in my own mind. And some people get a big burst early on, like Bill Wilson did. And it has to be maintained, and it has to be sustained, and it has to be sought to broaden, which is why seeking is such a huge part of our program. God could and would if He were sought. And so there's a constant level of seeking. But to me, it's important to understand what we're seeking. We're seeking more light. We're seeking more awakening. We're seeking more revelations. I just want more to be revealed to me. And so when I look at the big book, I look at any spiritual guidance, the big book is a signpost. And you read it, and the book says, that way. You follow what I'm saying? So if you come up to me and say, which way should I go? I can't say that way. I said, read this and it'll be revealed to you. Do these steps and it will be revealed to you. Now granted, while we're going through and we're brand new, we're having people go, oh, don't go over there, there's a cliff. I mean, there are practical things that we can say. But the goal of it all is to allow ourselves to awaken so that we're receiving guidance.